Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my hair is completely different from how it usually looks, and I got this from not using any heat, without using any rollers or anything. It's easy to sleep in, all that. So if you guys would like to see how I got this hair, then just keep watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get on to the video. So I'm just starting out by showing you guys how dirty and oily my hair was and just how flat it is. So that's why I love this hairstyle. So you're first going to need a comb, you're going to need some scrunchies, and you're also going to need a brush. So we're first going to get started with a middle part. I wanted to do a middle part, but you can also do a side part. And you can also braid all your hair back and do cornrows from front to back. That's why I usually did this hairstyle, but you can just do the middle part like me, because this is the first time I did it and I love how it turned out. So I'm just combing my hair out, making sure there's no tangles, and then I'm just going to take the brush and do the same thing just so my hair is nice and flat and ready to go. So I'm just going to start parting my hair. Whenever I did this hairstyle before, I did corners going back and I did about 6 braids, but this one only took 5. We'll see that at the end. So yeah, that's just the part that I'm showing you guys of what I did. Then I'm just pulling all the hair back and gonna get started braiding. But first, we have to wet the hair. So tip number 1, you do not want to wet your roots. Make sure you wet your ends because you want it to be flat. You want it to be still flat and sleek and then have the curl at the bottom. Not as much curl to your root. I mean, of course, if you wanted to have the curl at the root, that would still be pretty as well. But the hairstyle that I am trying to achieve, I like my roots to be flat and then my ends to have that curl and volume. So I'm just doing a cornrow on my head and then just braiding it out like regular. If you guys don't know how to cornrow, there's plenty of YouTube videos on how to cornrow. I didn't really go into depth on how I braided, but there's definitely videos on YouTube where you can learn how to braid. So then after that, I'm just going to wrap up the end, and that is the braid. And I'm showing you guys this oil. This is the best oil for this hairstyle because this oil is not heavy at all. It's super light, and it makes your hair shiny, but it doesn't weigh it down or feel greasy or anything. Like, this is the best oil. I will link it down below. So I'm just putting that on the braid and on my actual edges, just so everything is hydrated, because I did put water on my hair and I don't want anything to be dry. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side, and that I'm just showing you guys how I parted it. And then I'm just going to braid it all the way down and make sure your ends are kind of tucked in. I'll show you guys, it makes like a loop just so your ends aren't sticking out. And make sure that you also put oil on your ends so they're not dry. So I'm just showing you guys the next braid, and it's basically the same routine. Make sure you put some oil on your ends and on the braid and make sure it's nice and moisturized. And now I'm in my room because of course my brother had to get into the bathroom. So I'm just taking a spray bottle for the water, and the spray bottle was actually super easy and was way easier than trying to bend my head down onto the sink. So I'm just using a spray bottle, and then I'm just doing the same thing that I did for every other braid. So when the braids are all finished, this is what it looks like, and I'm just showing you guys the parts and dancing. Then I'm just going to go to sleep, and then I'm going to show you guys how I wrapped it up. So I first used a bonnet, and then I took my scarf and made sure that the braids were flat to my head. So just some tips for this hairstyle. tip number 1, make sure that you're just wetting your your ends, not really your roots, because if you want that like slick down and then like a puff, then texture and volume at the bottom, then just wet your ends, don't wet your roots. I never did it with the middle part, I always do it with the side part, so this is different and I'm loving how it came out. So yeah, if you guys would like to see hairstyles that go along with this hairstyle, then just let me know. You can put it up in like a pineapple with some bang. Make sure it's completely dry. You don't want it to the braids to still be wet, just because then that's when the humidity will get to it and that's when you'll lose all like the defined curl. And then, because when I had the braids in, I used a scarf and I just wrapped my braids, I tucked them in, like I exchanged and then put them flat to my head, just so they're kind of stretched. But if you didn't want to do that, you can always just put a bonnet. And I didn't have a bonnet like a couple years ago when I was doing this. I only had a scarf, so I think I'm just going to just put it right in the bonnet, and then it'll be fresh for tomorrow as well. And then I would say like on the third day, I'm just going to wet the ends again and then braid it up, just so it has more of the defined curl. The reason why, I don't know if you guys can like see that shine, but the reason why my hair is so shiny is because of that oil. I think oil is key. You're probably like, wasn't your hair already oily? That's why you did this hairstyle. But just adding more oil, it just makes it move, and it just allows for it to just be super shiny and looks super healthy. Let me know if you guys would like to see more hair videos. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hey guys, before I uploaded this video, I just wanted to give you guys an update on my hair. So today's Friday, and this is how good it looks still. I did not redo it or anything. I would just put it up in my scarf and my bonnet at night, and that was it. That's all I did. So I just wanted to show you guys an update on how it looks. A little bit of humidity got to it, but I don't mind it at all. So yeah, that is why you guys should go do this hairstyle right now, because it will save your life and it's just so cute and easy to do.